All right, everyone, things are really heating up, and we are on the brink of a world war this September 6th, 2013. Here's the headline, and I'll put the link to this article below. U.S. diplomats, along with American citizens, ordered to leave Lebanon. Now, you may say that, yes, indeed, the Senate has approved for a 90-day, 3-month bombing campaign of Syria, but the mainstream media is reporting that Congress, it doesn't look like they're going to approve another war, and the American people are war weary. Don't let the smoke screen fool you. Now, do you really believe that Barack Obama is going to wait on approval from Congress? Don't believe it. Don't buy it for a moment. There is going to be a strike. Why do you think, if Obama, and it doesn't look like Congress is going to approve for the United States to go and strike Syria, why are they moving the diplomats out of Lebanon? Washington, the State Department on Friday ordered non-essential U.S. diplomats to leave Lebanon due to security concerns as the Obama administration and Congress debate military strikes on neighboring Syria. But it doesn't look like Congress is going to approve this, and there's going to be no strike. Why are they evacuating Americans and U.S. diplomats out of Lebanon? In a new travel warning for Lebanon, the department said it had instructed non-essential staffers to leave Beirut and urged private American citizens to depart Lebanon. The step had been under consideration since last week when President Barack Obama said he was contemplating military action against the Syrian government for its alleged chemical weapons attack last month that the administration said killed more than 1,400 people near Damascus. The potential in Lebanon for a spontaneous upsurge in violence remains, the department said. I'm going to put the link to this below. Now, if there's going to be no war, and American people don't want a war, and Obama's got to wait for Congress, the big smoke screen, smoke and mirrors of mainstream media, why are they evacuating diplomats and Americans out of Lebanon? Why is Russia evacuating Russian Russians out of Syria? 4 ships, naval ships, now headed for Syria. Let me bring you this article. Russian ships head for Syria, Interfax says. Moscow, 3 Russian naval ships were sailing towards Syria in the eastern Mediterranean on Friday. Does it look like there's not going to be a war? And a 4th was on its way, the Interfax news agency reported, citing a source at Navy headquarters. Kremlin Chief of Staff Sergei Ivanov said Thursday that Russia was boosting its naval presence in the Mediterranean Sea. Well, here we go, but we're going to downplay it. Of course, this is mainstream media, but primarily in order to organize a possible evacuation of Russians from Syria. Why do you want to evacuate Russians from Syria if you do not already know there is going to be a war? And, this is a lot different, everyone, than when Bush and company, the United States, invaded Iraq. Again, that was chemical weapons. They got weapons of mass destruction. But there were no other big dogs in this fight. Russia, we got China. Russia now sending 4 naval ships there. Do you think they're going to use these military naval ships to evacuate people? They're there for a different reason. Russia has warned the United States to not do a strike on Syria to try to oust Assad. Do you really think for a moment that Obama is going to wait for congressional approval? I don't. Wake up. Remember the movie Red Dawn. Be prepared. Leave me comments.